my god. Really just push through, don't they? Busy. Okay. That's when you're gonna wait now. Sitting here for ages. So many people come through this route now. Oh god. Almost as quick to go down to the roundabout and come back up again. Come on. Come on, 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 come on. Let's move. Green, Dereham to New Buckenham. Yay. Where are we? November the 28th. 2024 youth. roads are pretty good, I suppose, on the whole. And a lot of people might say, oh god, no, they're crap, but I've driven on roads all over the country, and I think the worst roads in England at the moment, just in terms of condition and potholes and things like that, probably down the sort of St Albans area and Hatfield and down there. It's weird that, because it's, you know, there's a bit of money in that area, and yet they've got the worst roads. I haven't been down to Kent lately, and it's been a while since I've been across the Midlands, maybe a year and a half. Went up to the Isle of Man earlier this year, but that's just motorways really. I didn't go the Peak District route this year, but I think Norfolk ain't doing too bad as far as the roads go. Overall, compared to, I don't know, 10 years ago, they're definitely worse than then, but that could be the same all over the country. I don't think Britain's got Norfolk's got the worst roads by any stretch. They've always been bumpy. I'm talking about sea roads, you know, routes like this, patchy, ripply, bumpy, and a few potholes knocking about, but I don't think roads could, like the way we build roads here is kind of weird. We're not really keeping up with the times, I don't think. You know what gets me about British road building, and maybe this goes for a lot of road building around the world, is why is it that always manhole covers have to be in a road and not offset to one side? You know, why is that still a thing? Why are so many services routed along under roads? I don't understand quite why manhole covers are in roads. Why can't they be off to one side? Why aren't there more cycle paths? Like, you know, like a lot of roads like this would absolutely benefit enormously from having a cycle path. It's a lot of work, big investment. But look at the amount of time that would be saved, and actually how much safer it would be if there were cycle routes that at least tracked along the side of the road and are kind of separate, because at the moment you cycle along this road, especially this time of year, this time of night, bloody heck, I'm telling you, it's, you know, you've got to be bright as a star. People will still be accidents, but by and large it's like these roads are just old-fashioned. We're running on Victorian road system, really, or pre-Victorian road system. We've got bicycles everywhere now, cyclists all over the place, electric bikes, e-bikes, you name it. They're all sort of... I can speak as a cyclist as well. I like cycling, but I wouldn't want to be cycling along this road at this time of night. It does occasionally happen. This is not one for a lot of them, but some routes to and from care homes that are sort of just outside the main town, you know, where a lot of people might cycle to work. Oh, he's on mains. Why? Bloody heck. And anyway, I don't know. I just don't understand why we're so far behind in terms of investment on even non-trunk route roads. Like, this isn't really a trunk route. The A140, the A12, the B1143 really, out to Fakenham from Dereham, for example. You know, a lot of lorries use those routes. What's the road that goes from Norwich to Cromer? They're fairly big roads, but this is not. But I don't quite understand why we haven't refreshed these routes, these side routes, and look to them again. And I get it, there's hedges, there's private land, bordering on the roads and all that, and I'm sure people would want and be willing to help out to a fairly large extent if it means that there's the means to travel a road like this in a car, or particularly in a van and a truck, without necessarily being held up by cyclists. And it's just the nature of the roads as they are now that happens, because there are no alternate ways for cyclists to safely use these roads. You know what I mean? So it's like we're just so in the dark ages still. We should be standardising this stuff, and we're not. It's just a black bit of tarmac with some dirt banks either side, and that's it. Oh, a stingy eye. It's not a good time to have a sting in your eye. Side the road here, blah blah blah, delivery. What's happened here? Van and a car. What are you doing? Don't know. Hazards on, unhelpful, doesn't tell you what they're doing, where they're going. Right, hold in here. Come out. Sorry, I've got to pull up there for a minute, just for a sec. This is an emergency stop because I've got to clean my eye. Arsehole. Bollocks. That's it. Sorry about that, people. At least I didn't stop on the main road there, I suppose. Going the wrong way. I didn't really want to do that, but there we go. Oh, really? Here for a minute. It's not the normal way you come across this junction, it's just because I had to clean my eye. So I just whip down there for a second. That's good. No need to make a big deal out of that. This is another little bottleneck. What I'm going to do is pull up the flash and just let them come, because there's quite a lot there. Smaller vehicles, not so bad. That was like a Range Rover or something being followed by a van, which are fairly big. So just pull up for a second, let them go. Keep it flowing. Take your time, it just ain't worth it. Just there. Now we're on I don't know what this road's called, I've no idea, but I know the road well, I just don't know what it's called. There's a junction down here on the left which is absolutely black as the ace of spades, you can't see it. There it is. Sometimes you'll get a car coming out of there nosing out. To watch the windscreen. but I thought I'd give it a whirl. It's about a half-hour run, 40 minutes maybe, if there's a lot of traffic. Oh, it's turning right, that's interesting. Blind left-hander for us. There's some traffic coming. No, yeah. Modern lights are there. They're so freaking intense. Even on dip at night in the wet, they reflect off the road surface. They're freaking blinding. If it's that important to see stuff at 30 or 40 mile an hour, that's freaking 500 yards away, you're driving too quick. Off again. It was just spitting a bit, and then it was raining. Now it's eased off. I like automatic wipers. My car hasn't got that, so I have to keep up with it. Keeps you on your toes, that's for sure. I had a Mazda 6 a couple of years ago, and that had auto wipers on it. I must admit, they were really good. Didn't have to mess with it. I like the little old BM though, it's a good car, it's nice. It does what it says on the tin. It just hasn't got magic wipers. So, main roundabout in Buckenham, we're going to go left for Attleborough. We've got a car coming from the left. It's so dark. Well, it's not much that it's so dark, it's just the intensity of the lights coming the other way makes it seem very dark, because there's the road surface is wet and you just can't see it, because the light is just bouncing off there, being reflected. When it's dry, you just get a sort of diffusion going on of the light. It's totally different. But in these conditions, it's really quite sketchy. You see it's raining again now, like harder again. Absolutely no point now we need the wipers on. Constantly. No point racing up to the car in front. Absolutely none whatsoever. This is almost like this rain now is factoring wetter roads. It's what it was like a few nights ago driving to East Harley in the dark. It was absolutely shit. And quite taxing mentally, you know. Really pay attention. I mean, you should be really paying attention all the time, but I mean, like, super focused just to stay safe. stay cool, keep your buffer, you know, keep your distance, keep everything nice and regulated. You usually got an idiot behind you 12 foot off your rear bumper, and they're like, go faster, go faster. They want you to be 12 foot off the bumper of the car in front of you, and that gets you nowhere. And all that serves to do is if something does run out and that car has to jump on the brakes, you'll hit it, and the car behind you will hit you. Give yourself a buffer. Work with it. It's a big slight downhill drag into these lights. We're going under the A11. London Thetford to the right, Norwich to the left. So the next set of lights are red. I like to try and drive without using the brakes. That's a challenge occasionally. I don't mean necessarily braking with the engine on purpose, but what I'm talking about is planning. You know, like plan your way through everything. I've driven through London without hardly ever touching the brakes. Okay, yeah, it was about 30 years ago, but principally I felt like I'd won something almost coming out the other side, crossing to where were we going? Bournemouth or Poole? I had no. Yeah, it was kind of like just late at night. It was definitely a lot quieter anyway. Anyway, set yourself little challenges, just see if you can do it, as if you're on a motorcycle. People on the left, people on the right. Quite often here at this time of day, people went to cross the road, coming up the curb. Have a good look. Oh, look at this, man! This is unusual. Straight out and across. Wow. Timed that nice. Griffin's looking good. Look at that, pretty. Woody's on the left, good chippy. With us, and if I wanted there to turn right, I'd have the priority. The road markings are that way, but often people coming the other way don't think that's the case because they don't see the road markings and assume it's just a junction where you have priority if you're going straight, but that isn't actually the case. So there's quite a lot of accidents there. I'm just regulating myself a little bit because I've got a car ahead, like a little hatchback ahead, about 220 metres ahead, 100 metres ahead, which is going steady. And I see 0 point in racing up to his bump, and I'm doing 30. Around here. Good look. British roads are just so bloody crap. They're just rubbish. Look at this, nowhere for cyclists to go unless it's on a pavement. And then cycling on a pavement is generally frowned upon. You know, because that's where pedestrians are supposed to go, fair play. But like one side of a road could be a cycle path, the other side could be pedestrians, for example, where you've got pathways either side, things like that. It's difficult, I know. Anyway, here we are. We've all got this supposed intelligence to figure these things out, yet we're not doing it. So the cars are stopped around the corner because of the lights. I'll just put my brake lights on nice and early to let the car behind me know that I'm going to probably be stopped. Sometimes you get a truck around here, so I'd leave myself a little manoeuvring space. I'm not that far over to the right really, but I could be tighter to the left. But an Arctic comes around there, will be, by the time they come past us, fairly straight with the way the cones are arranged at the minute. They're doing along this stretch. I think there's some kind of infrastructure change. Is it a police car, is that? No. Some kind of infrastructure change. I'm not sure what they're doing, whether it's a network, but there's a solar farm going on this road, either side of this road, about a quarter of a mile down it. I'd say here comes a, oh, it's just a cab. No trailer. He's driving as if he's got a trailer on. He forgot. He must have forgot he hadn't got a trailer. That was quite funny. So bloody annoying. Stop, start, stop, start. Fuck's sake. Oh, it's fairly dirty down here now as well. Quite a lot of mud on it. Down at a fairly famous local corner called Puddle Corner. And there's a fence on the outside of this corner on our right that has to get put back up again about 5 or 6 times a frickin' year because people drive on too fast, go through the fence on the outside. The poor folks who live out there, they have to keep rebuilding this fence. Another set of lights. What's this set for? No warning for that. I didn't. Or if there was, I don't remember seeing it. Maybe I was talking. What are you doing there? What are you doing? What you doing? Is there a cyclist? Yep. Back off. I didn't do that very well, did I? Really admit that one. You see, now that car in front of me is acting as though they're under pressure, and I don't want to put them under pressure. So it's just gapping it out a little bit, because I don't want them thinking I'm pushing. We use that momentum, yeah. Old Buckenham now. Bike is in Two-Wheel Tuesday happens on the green through the summer. As we're pointing there, the green is dead ahead. It's all dark at the minute, wet and probably a bit sodden. So what's happening with the oxen plough? So the oxen plough is under new management. Two-Wheel Tuesday will be carrying on next year. Don't worry about that, that's still a thing. So nobody's killing that at all. Glad to hear it, really. People love it, people hate it, but I'm kind of indifferent. I don't mind. I get bored when I start. I like to ride. When I'm on the bike, I like to ride. When I get somewhere, I'm instantly bored. I don't like to stop. Anyway, Two-Wheel Tuesday is so popular. It's great because the pub's there and. There's usually a couple of food concessions, like, you can get a nice burger or a hot dog or, chips, fish and chips, that kind of thing. It's just a good little evening out. If you want to ride somewhere and stop and look at other bikes as well, that's always good. Love that. Now, I was living at my partner's house in New Buckenham until about a year ago. Long story that. I don't want to go into that right now. But she's okay. That's where I'm headed. But anyway, these corners coming out of Old Buckenham are quite regularly policed by traffic watch folks. Because so many people. This is another trunk route. These people come through here just too quick sometimes. So I've got a speed watch out there on occasion. Would be up to the right here. Now it's fairly dry here. Bloody old weather. Look at this. Look, it's like the road is damp, but it isn't really wet. Flooded a lot after a lot of rain, so we'd be in the water now after a couple of days of fairly solid rainfall, but they sorted it out last year. Nice job too, because we had a bucket load of rain at the beginning of the week, earlier this week. This is Friday, and it was brilliant. It was lovely. A year ago, with the same amount of rain, that junction back there would have been underwater. So a nice job has been done there. This is also the water source area for the River Thet, going down to the Lophams, up to sort of New Buckenham area and out across to Bunwell. Is all the sort of source area for the River Thet. So it's quite sensitive. So any work like that on water tables and things, and anything that's going to have an effect on that, has to be well thought through. Guys, people park on corners now. Is that a thing? Parking in New Buckingham's always been an issue. Yeah, it's a beautiful little village. Love New Buckingham. Good people. Here we go. We are on just around the corner. I'm going to kill the video. See ya.